Welcome back, guys. It's week 18. All in all, we've had some pretty good progress. Let's go check out the weigh-in. I'm pretty happy with the weigh-in. I hit an all-time low this morning, which is good. It shows that I'm on track. Now let's go check out the quarter turns. So all in all, it's been a good week. I hit my leanest point yet, and as you can see, I'm starting to lean out, which is great. Let's go through and see what my quarter turns look like. So the posing could still use a little bit of work. It's a little tricky when you're posing in a mirror. You can see certain angles opposed to when you're doing it to a camera. You see different angles. Still work in progress, but it's good to see these different angles because it's more what the judges are going to see as opposed to what I'm seeing when I practice in the mirror. So posing is the hardest part of competing. You never really get used to it, but every week we're getting a little bit better. So now I'll take you guys into the office and we're going to take a look at my macros, see how things went. All right, guys, check this out. We're at week 3 or 18 weeks out and things are going pretty good. I want to show you guys the data, so let's just dive right into it. It's been warmer this week. As you can see, I've got better steps this week than I did last week. Looking at, okay, Monday I didn't do very much, but aside from that, I'm hitting my goal of going 5 miles every day. And in some cases, I'm even going over it. Like here on Thursday, I almost went 7 miles. That's pretty good. As opposed to last week where it rained a lot, not so much walking. But this is good. Steps are like the number one way to lose body fat. Because when you go and do cardio, you're going to burn yourself out. So if I do like an hour of cardio, that's about all I can handle. And you maybe burn 500 calories in 1 hour. But if you're going out there walking, like at no point do I ever feel like this is hard walking. I could go another 5 miles. It's really just a time commitment. Do I want to spend that kind of time walking? Maybe not right away, but as I get closer to my show date, I'm actually going to want to just suck it up and do as much walking as possible. So this is all really good stuff, guys. I'm really happy with how this week went. Let's take a look at my weigh-ins. Now this is awesome. So I hit a new all-time low today. Now if you look at my last week, I was hitting lows of 194.8. Today I got 194.6. Okay, so that's 0.2 of a pound. Not a whole lot, but the thing is, it's better than it was last week, even if it's just by a little bit. It shows that I've got that forward momentum going. And if you look throughout the week, I was really averaging this 194 to 195 range. And so when it comes to weight loss, a lot of the times your daily weight isn't going to change too much. And you can go up, you can go down. You got like a rolling average rate. And as long as my rolling average gets better time after time, I'm happy with that. So if we look at my first Sunday weigh-in, I was 198.6. The next time I weighed in on the next Sunday, I was a little heavier because I had a little bit of junk food Saturday night. So I was holding a little bit of water weight. But I was on my best behavior last night, and I'm 194.6 today. So if you look at this 2-week average, I'm looking at about 2 pounds a week right now. We'll see if that's true. We'll keep doing this. I think we'll really know by week 16 if I'm actually losing 2 pounds a week, or I think it's probably closer to 1. But this is what data does for us. By having all this data, we can really analyze and get into the nitty-gritty of things. That's how we can know if we're really on track or if we need to, make some adjustments. And this also helps, it can be disheartening. You go out with friends, you eat food that's not on your, meal plan, and you balloon up on the scale. And for a lot of people, that can really freak them out. So this is all good stuff to see, guys. Sometimes you're going to have cheat meals. I don't really like the phrase cheat meal. There's going to be times when you go out and have meals that aren't part of the plan. It just happens. None of us are going to be perfect 100% of the time. Um, so my expectations for next week, I'm hoping through the week for me to be going even lower than this 194 figure. I do have a wedding on Saturday that I'm going to, so I think next Sunday is going to be a wash. I'm going to weigh in. Whatever I am, I am. But if you go to weddings, you know how it is. Mashed potatoes, cakes, there's going to be a little bit of drinking. So um, I'm not too worried about a one-off day, but it is going to reflect in the data that my next weigh-in on Sunday. Probably not going to be that good, but we'll see. All right, on to the macros. So let me see if I can kind of divide this up a little nicer. All right, so let's take a look at my week 18, starting from Sunday. On the calorie side of things, I was a little bit more aggressive. So I've been trying to target 2,500 calories. Every day this week I went lower, but I'm not too worried because at no point did I feel like I was really draining myself. I'm still doing good in the gym. Things are still working out. So hey, if I can accelerate the weight loss a little bit and I'm comfortable with it, why not? You can see I'm averaging about 2,200 calories each day. My fat calories is a lot lower than it was last week, and I think that's really where I made the biggest difference. So you can see last week I was doing almost 100 grams of fat per day, whereas this time I'm going more like 70-ish. And that's good. I think we'll see over here that the other two are pretty much the same. Sodium was a little bit lower, although I don't always track my seasonings, so I'll take this one with a grain of salt. But with the things that I was scanning using my fitness pal, this is what I ended up with. So we're looking at around 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams of sodium per day from my scannable my fitness pal foods, and then whatever I'm using, when I cook my steaks, that factors in too. So I should probably be tracking that, but sodium's not that big a deal, guys. If you're trying to lose weight, it makes no difference. The only time sodium really comes into play is when you're trying to peak for a show. And since that's not until week one, I mean, who cares, right? Get your sodium in. It's good. You need electrolytes, so sodium's a good thing. Don't worry about blood pressure if you're a young man. Potassium's pretty good, hanging around 5 to 7 grams or milligrams per day. That's about right. I'm not too fussed with that. Let's look at carbs. Well, carbs are actually about the same as last week. So really all I did this week was I reduced a lot of the fat calories, I still feel good. I'm still doing good numbers in the gym. And guys, carbs are really not the enemy. I am having 200 grams of carbs per day, sometimes a little bit more, and I'm still losing weight. It's not the carbs. It's a lot of the times it's the oils that you're putting in the carbs. So how often are people having carbs on their own? Not that often. I do, but I don't use oil and I don't use any sort of sauce. So I'm having my potatoes with salt and lime juice and things like that. I'm not using ketchup, barbecue sauce. I don't put oils in my salads, for example. That's where all the calories come in, and that's what you really want to watch out for. Fiber's good. Keeping that fiber around 30 to 40. That's good. Keeps you well regulated in the bathroom department. And sugars were a little bit higher than normal. I think that's because I have been having a little bit more protein shakes. And protein shakes are usually going to have 3 to 4 grams of sugar in them. Not a big deal. As long as my calories are as low as they have been, a few grams of sugar is not going to hurt. Then we've got protein. Protein is actually a little bit lower than I would like. I kind of like being above 200 as a baseline, but you only need 0.8 grams of protein to build and maintain muscle. And so every single day, I'm still hitting that requirement. So all in all, that's really not a big deal. And I'm very happy with how this week went. If I could do this week over and over, like I'm there. If I follow this week the way this went, I will be cut up in 16 weeks. Like, believe me, I will be cut up. So we're gonna try and maintain this. I do have things like weddings, summer's coming up, so you guys know how it is on a Saturday. One thing leads to another. I try not to really like party as much as I used to. But this happened a little bit, and we'll have to make a little bit of adjustments. But as long as I can keep having week 18s, I think I'm going to be in good shape. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to get this thing cleaned up and then hopefully get it into a format where I can actually share it with you guys so that you can have a copy of it yourself. So I'm not quite ready to do that yet, but that's in the works. So stay tuned. Keep watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. As a note, I'm gonna need you guys to like this video and hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and share it too. Hit the big three. Why not? Okay. All right. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace.